I was left in the orphanage, and I was given the name Abalasha, and then I was adopted at 17 months to a family in Olympia, Washington. I was 5 years old when I realized what had happened. They told me she knocked on the door of the orphanage, came in labor, laid right down on the ground, had me right there, didn't even hold me, refused to sign papers or even give her name, and then she left. That's the only thing I know about my mother. And when I really realized what had happened, I felt so abandoned and so alone. And I couldn't wrap my mind around why she wouldn't want me. Where was she? Did I have any brothers? Did I have any sisters? I had no idea about anything. Not to mention a dad, a father. Probably doesn't even know I exist. Product of a one-night stand. And growing up, I felt and even convinced myself that I wasn't valuable. Because why do you give up anything of value? Surely you would want to keep that. I doubted that I could be loved. I doubted that I would ever be cared for. I believed that if something was going to happen, it was going to be because I made it happen. I believed Jesus loved me, but not enough to change me. And I remember one night, I was at this youth ministry event, and I remember the speaker was talking about taking off your mask and see what's there. Really take off your mask, the mask that you show everybody, and address what's there. I remember looking down and praying and just saying, Lord, show me everything I hold back from you. And all I could think about and feel was a 5-year-old little girl, just abandoned, not feeling love, just feeling so worthless and wondering why. I felt like if I had answers to my hurt and my pain, then everything would work out. All I wanted was answers. About 2 years ago, I was on a missions trip to India, and I had a chance to visit the orphanage where I was abandoned. I remember after seeing the elementary age kids, seeing the little toddlers, which is the age I was when I was adopted, it was like seeing a baby picture that I'd never seen before. I asked one of the house moms if I could pick up one of the little girls, and she said yes. And I picked her up, and I held her in my arms, and she had tears just streaming down her face. She looked into my eyes, and then quickly darted them to the left and to the right, looking for someone she knew, somebody who would recognize her. And she had such distress in her eyes, because nobody did. And I knew that feeling. I remember feeling that. And in that moment, it hit me. I don't need the answers to my questions. I don't need to know why I was abandoned at birth. I don't need to know why I was the product of a one-night stand. I don't need to know why I was born into that life. And never in my life had I sensed the presence of Jesus like I had in that moment. I wanted to go to India and find out about my past. I went to India and found out just how much he loves me and just how much he cares. I didn't need answers to the why, because his love is a love that surpasses knowledge. of any knowledge I would have found out in that moment or that day. It didn't matter. I knew I was loved. I'm not a product of my past. He has my future. The very thing I kept from Jesus, that I harbored, was the very thing he wanted to use. Today, I have such a passion for Jesus. I love Jesus. I have joy. I'm encouraged. I'm inspired. He's changed my life. I'm spending the rest of my life serving him, following him. I truly believe that I'm rescued to be a rescuer. I'm Tiffany Bloom, and Jesus is on demand.